welcome once again to Clinical Theurgy, episode 55. 55 is a good number. Hopefully it's good for all of you. Hopefully it's best for me. So, how is everybody? And how are we where we're at?
Let me switch out notebooks because I had Niev's old notebook instead of,
Wrong Niev.
Yeah. All right.
What kind of a recap are you going to give us?
I was about to tell you about the Ints and how that they were attacking us for, destroying their forest.
You're going to give us all of Niev's stuff in that notebook up until the new one?
Yeah, there you go. All right. So last time, Niev was cleaning her house. Ivy picked up her weapon. Antaeus bonded with his dog. And then that evening, Antaeus went on a date, and he talks about dream experiences. He found out from his date, Marjolaine Charbonneau.
Pronounce it more French. Hold on, I need to look at the name again, and that will help me pronounce it. It's one of those names where I had to, I remember having to prep myself because I was like, man, this is a heavy name. I can't find it. God damn it, I take notes so bad. I'm the GM, I'm supposed to have the good notes.
That's just a guideline. You don't have to have the best
I
notes.
don't know where I put this note. Anyway, keep going.
Anyway, so she tells him that she had someone coming in to buy items to scry on him, and that he had permits, but there's a piece of her memory that she can't really remember details about the person. So Antaeus used the memory share item he has, and they went back through the memory, and then they both ended up forgetting that it had even happened. It
Marjolaine Charbonnet.
Charbonnet. Okay, got it. Yeah, so they used this memory share item, and it basically triggered something that this person had put into this memory, and it basically removed the memory from both of them. They knew that they were going to do something, but then they don't remember anything after that. They did go back to Antaeus's place. The next morning, she made breakfast. And Antaeus, just sort of unloads on her that he's a shadow, and she kind of gets scared and a little bit awkward and decides that she's going to leave. And so that was the day we were supposed to go back to the ministry. So Antaeus meets up with Niev. He introduces his mastiff to Hunter. Hunter growls, but the mastiff was like, whatever, I don't care. I actually had put the mastiff was like, whatever, dude. Ivy and Gulron come over, and we all head off to the ministry. We go to Rion's office. There are tapestries of Nightbridge's founding there with I guess it's supposed to be Rion's ancestors or something. And then we meet with Rion. He said to be wary of haunting creatures, to act carefully and quickly. One of them is the woman from the sewers. If it touches you, your eyes start turning like theirs. The ministry created a device to help us navigate the forest, and will give us an enchantment to armor to help us not need rest. We can take whatever actions deemed necessary to deal with the problem, but we will be held liable if we fail. He warns us that there's going to be a boogeyman. They're weak to cold iron, can't regen if we are free of fear. Sting can apply stronger fear. Spoke of the scent of burning tree, but couldn't. The people they sent in had spoken of a scent of a burning tree, but they couldn't see or hear the fire. The party kind of discussed tactics amongst themselves, and we had decided to visit the man at the edge of town to see about air purifier scrolls before we left. And there was something Antaeus was wanting to do, but I didn't write that down. So.
Well, yeah, that's Oh, no, I do remember what I wanted to do, but I couldn't remember what I wanted to talk to her about, and I still can't remember what I wanted to talk to her about, so.
That is fine. But the party did decide to go speak on the man at the outskirts of town.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you can make your way over to his home. Let me believe it was this one.
Is this the day we are planning on going in the forest, or are we taking a day to talk to this guy and do other stuff before we leave? Just so
I thought we had like a couple of days because they have to enchant
Mhm.
our armor. We left all our armor, if you'll remember, with the ministry to enchant for us.
Okay, so that's still going on. So we're
Yeah.
not ready to go yet. Okay. Just making
And Niev put a note on there like, make sure you water
Yeah.
and pot my armor.
Yeah, so you can head over to this place, and once again, you are here. The building still stands, but it is covered in vines, and the vines kind of drool a black ichor down the walls of this house. And you can see the vines kind of like try to crawl towards the door, but they seem to be repelled. Nothing seems to allow the vines to reach out and touch the door. But this has progressed way worse than it was before. Before, it could not really interact with the house, and now these vines have managed to encapsulate the house.
The ichor, if we like were to knock on the door, would we be in peril of getting splashed with it, or?
You could be, if you're not careful.
Okay.
That's literally all you have to ask me in order to not get tripped on by it. You can watch because it will kind of drip very slowly. So as long as you're like keeping your eyes open and you reach out and you ask the question, yeah, Antaeus, you will look at this and you will know for certain you have never seen anything like this. The vines aren't growing like vines normally grow.
So this isn't a natural like plant.
It is a very unnatural plant. You've seen like some spider plants or some other vine-like plants that will do this, but this is like growing with purpose. It's growing in a direction, and it can't seem to achieve the point that it wants to. So it does seem to be very tightly wrapped around this, almost like it might be trying to crush this, considering that it can't make its way in. And the ichor that rolls down is not anything like you've ever seen generated by a plant of this species, of what would probably be similar to the species anyway.
The grass, or what I assume is grass, is it
Oh, he has no grass. It's all dirt on his plot.
Okay, so it's not this. It's not the same thing that the plant is then.
No.
Okay. You said it's dripping.
It is dripping. It's
Is it
really
having-
more like drooling. It's like a slow kind of.
Is it having any kind of effect on the dirt or the ground around it when it hits the ground?
It hisses a little bit as it like splatters on the ground.
Disgusting.
Magical auras?
It is. There is a faint, like, aura of magic on both the door and coming from the vines. But it's like a residue of magic more than it is like an active magic.
Are there signs of someone still living here? Like, does the door seem to have, like, or the vines seem to be, like, pushed aside constantly, or is there
The vines
footprints,
can't touch the door. The vines are stopped before they reach the door.
I imagine them, like, over on the door.
No, it's as if somebody, like, cut out the area around it, but you can see, like, the vines, the little tendrils of the vines are, like, trying to reach that point where they could, like, get at the door, but obviously
Yeah, that's good enough for me. It seems like he's still here.
Whether he wants to be or not.
I will knock on the door.
You will knock. Hello? Who's there?
Hello, yes. You've helped us before? Gulron and friends?
Friends? Friends. Gulron? Gulron. Describe.
Dwarf, very devout cleric.
Dwarf. With the tall gangly one?
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll stand back here. I'll move back a little bit.
So you're referring to Elizabeth? Tall,
The-
gangly?
door will open. I thought it was Antaeus that went in. Oh no, it was Elizabeth that went in, wasn't
It
it?
was Elizabeth and Brianna. So
Wait, there was the other guy that told me not to come in his house, right? Then.
Yeah, he
Or
did
was
not want him to come in the house, and he
Right.
gave us a protection scroll.
That is right.
Oh yeah.
So
Which
he doesn't
I
actually know
still carry.
Ghoulrun. Then he would know.
Because I think last time I was touching the vines.
Yes.
you want to touch the vines again?
So
No.
instead, he would not have said. He wouldn't have known Ghoulrun. He would have. He
No,
would be
not
confused
Antaeus.
instead.
Okay.
So he's still confused.
So I'm assuming that the. Yeah. So there's. I'll have described Goron. There's a tall guy that mixes potions. You would have known like a short halfling bard and a woman.
With a sizable endowment?
Yes.
And she had a big one with her.
Yes, Elizabeth.
The door will slowly creak open. Come in, quick! Quick!
I will do so.
Y'all scurry in.
Yeah.
Antaeus
will find that he can't pass through the door.
I was gonna wait back unless he decided to wave me in because I assumed he didn't want me on his property. I'll kind of just also while I'm out here, I'll look at the surrounding area and try to figure out what the hell this shit is.
Okay. The three of you rush inside. Hello. You all look different.
Well, I'm different.
A lot has happened since you saw Brianna and the others.
Yes, a lot has happened.
Yes, I believe it's the first time we're meeting. Nice to meet you.
Is it?
I think so. I think we briefly spoke last time.
I hope it's nice to meet you.
Yes.
What are you here for?
Well,
To take me away?
No.
Like all the rest of the guards?
No. I believe last time my companions noted that you had some helpful scrolls that purified the area. It came in quite handy.
Yes, I had to turn most of them off.
Turn most of them off?
The guards won't come while I'm covered in the vines, but the vines want to get me. I
You
couldn't
let
the vines
yourself
get
get
me.
covered in the vines?
I had to. It keeps the
Uh-oh.
guards away. Otherwise, they take me away.
Hmm.
They don't realize how important what I'm doing is.
What are you doing?
I don't even remember anymore.
Oh boy.
I just know it's important. I gotta cast the spells. I gotta keep them going. I wake up, I cast. I wake up, I cast. I wake up, I cast. I don't sleep, I cast.
Do you not think it'd be healthier for you if you just moved at this point?
Then they'll win. The voices, they tell me they can't win. They tell me it's what they want. Well, they tell me I should let them win, but they're wrong. I know they're wrong. They can't win. But they will if I stop.
Do you mind if I use some spells in this area?
I don't know. Are they evil?
No, I assure you they are quite
Voices say they're a
good.
problem, which means they're probably okay. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I will cast True Seeing on myself as I take out some eye ointment and squirt it in my eye.
That is a lot of money to spend, but yes,
Mhm.
you can cast True Seeing.
Let me just deduct one of these from my spell component pouch. Give me a second. Oh, sorry, you can go on, but I'm just doing that. Spell component pouch. So I got 4 more after that.
Yeah, the first thing you will notice is that this room is entirely empty. Anything that anybody else sees that's in here isn't actually here. It is completely devoid of any objects.
Do I see, like, do I still see the objects, but they like shimmer of illusion, or do I just don't see them at all? I don't actually
You
know how
see
the spell.
through normal. You see through base things. So you see through illusions. You see the true forms of things. You see invisible things and objects as if they were normal. So you see things literally as they truly are, and you will see that this is an empty room save for him. In this room. Everything else that's here suddenly kind of fades as your vision opens to what truly exists within the room.
Is there anything to know when I look at him?
He looks less messed up than before. There is a very dim light that seems to be illuminating from seemingly nowhere. And it doesn't seem to be magical because your true seeing would partially see through that. It just seems to kind of be. And he goes from being rather grotesque looking to being a rather plain looking goblin.
I want to quickly, I guess, step outside and look at the vines as well.
Yeah. If you go outside and you look at the vines, they are definitely there. The vines are there and they are dripping as they should be, or as they would be normally. There's nothing unusual or different about them that your true seeing will see.
As I'm out here, just looking at Teus as well.
You will see Antaeus is black as a shadow. There is no shape to Antaeus. He stands in front of you as though he were a giant shadow made manifest in a body, as a body. His gear is kind of like worn over top of the shadow. So it is a shadow like wearing clothes and carrying potions and with like all the accoutrement of a person. But there is no depth of feature to Antaeus as you look at him through the true seeing.
We'll talk about that later, I guess. I'll just close the door. Yeah, I don't know what anyone else wants to do.
So I will speak to him and say, my name is Nia. It's nice to meet you. I am kind of related to Brianna a little bit in a strange way. But basically the reason we were here is we were supposed to be going back into the woods, and we were hoping there might be some air purifier scrolls that we could use.
He'll like rummage around. No, I don't have those. I've been casting everything I have. He'll like look at his hands for a moment. And then he will lean forward. And he will like bite off his finger. And it will flop to the ground.
What are you doing?
And he'll reach down and he'll pick up his finger and he'll start to cast a spell on it.
What the fuck?
Do I have spellcraft on this guy? It's probably not enough to know, but I'm just like, what is going on?
Ivy, it is Gentle Repose. And he will like lean down, pick it up, and then he will extend it out to you.
To you as in who? Niev or?
To Niev. She asked. You
Don't touch that!
I'm
take it
muted,
from
sorry.
him.
I was saying I'll take it.
You can take it from him. The blood no longer drips from the finger. The blood no longer drips from the finger. It seems to kind of seal over. And you'll notice that as you pull it away, some vines start to curl up around it. But as they do, they can't seem to grow any further. And you'll notice that they grow up from your fingers.
That's interesting.
What is the meaning of this? What are you doing to yourself?
You wanted the protection. That will give you the protection. It's not gonna be perfect, but it'll work.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry you have to sacrifice your finger.
Can I heal you? Will that?
It would help.
I will go ahead and. I'll do a cure light wounds.
Yeah, you reach out and touch him to cure him. And as you do, little vines reach out from your fingers, and you can feel your spell have no effect on him.
Ooh, that's not good.
Maybe Goron should heal him instead. You're doing some weird stuff over there, Niev.
No offense, but I don't know if I should touch you.
What? Fine, I can survive.
No, I
I've
can
lost
still
more
heal
blood
you.
than this.
I can still heal you, but it's a bit more impressive. Everyone stand back.
I stand back.
I just, give Goron a weird look. I'm not moving. What the fuck you doing?
Goron cracks his knuckles. It's a new spell I've never used before.
Oh, showing off, are we?
And I create a pillar of life.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So you can heal him.
I think that was a little overkill, but
Yes,
got the job done, I guess.
I'm thinking of using this spell in the woods. It creates light, and it stays for multiple rounds, so if you need healing, you can simply touch it, and I can do other things on my turns. So if I put this in the middle of us, I guess I probably would put it beside you, Ivy, since you'll probably be taking the most hits. So you can simply extend a hand and touch it and heal yourself. I guess we should discuss that now. Would that be considered a move action, or if I put it beside her, would it be like a free action for her just to go to touch it, or I don't know? Does it say? It says creature, you conjure this.
You can spend a standard action to touch the pillar and heal.
Oh, is it a
2d8 points of
standard?
Damage +1 per caster level. Yeah, it says living creatures adjacent to the pillar can spend a standard action to touch it.
Oh, that's not that good then, is it?
I mean, it's ranged healing.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to waste her turn heal. I mean, I guess if it's a dire situation.
Yeah, I
she
mean,
might
if it's
want
a
to.
dire situation, sure, I might be willing to waste my turn to just standard and, and touch.
Yeah, it's still
whatever,
cool.
but-
I don't know, I'll keep it. Yeah.
But yeah, you can heal him. The blood will stop spilling from his fingers as he touches this pillar of light that fills the room.
Well, thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I hope it is useful. If you're going out there, if you can stop the vines.
Well, we're going to try. No, go ahead.
I hope you live.
Yep, living would be a pretty nice thing to have happen. I definitely hope that as well.
It's dangerous. Very dangerous. Very deadly.
Yep, been told.
But why go?
Because it's our job.
bad straw
Try-
you drew.
I mean,
Trying
someone's
to-
got to do it.
Yeah, we have to save the people from this encroaching forest.
Nia, if you have that spell Life Bubble, right? You're going to be using that? Perhaps that will at least keep us purified and maybe not.
Yeah, I will be
Good
using
idea.
Life Bubble.
That'll keep us resistant to the environment, but
Well,
Aww.
oh, poor little baby.
Oh my goodness.
I was going to I was actually going to ask if he could teach me that spell, but I guess the finger will work.
Yeah. What spell was that based on, friend? Do you remember?
I cannot share it.
Really?
Yes.
Is it a custom spell or not just
If
a
I
standard?
share it, he'll get me.
Who is he?
Who do you think?
He'll like
Who-
lean in as close as he can to you, and he'll say, "I know you know, Goron. I know you know." Now maybe you understand?
Well, we wouldn't
Sharing
want
of
you to
knowledge
risk
being
that.
restricted. Perhaps I can keep you safe.
I have a job. I have to do what I have to do.
Well, I wouldn't want to put you at risk. Well, thank you for your help. I hope our work in the forest keeps this stuff or repels this stuff from your home and makes it so that you are not living such a distressful existence.
That is when it stops. That is when it stops. Only so much time. Only so much time. Time. Please go. I need to cast again.
Okay. All right.
Yes, yes.
Be safe, friend. And now,
We'll leave.
please.
Yep. You will hear him starting to cast a spell once more as you leave the building.
Well, that was interesting.
I'll go up to Antaeus and I'll hold up the finger and say, well, he would lift a finger to help us.
Ivy, you do not know what this spell is.
I didn't roll great anyways, but I figured out of curiosity, you should probably be like, what does it sound like?
So the words that he uses are in a tongue that you don't know, most importantly. And they are spoken in a much different cadence than you're used to a spell normally having.
Well, that guy was a little off his rocker.
I haven't really interacted with him before, so I don't know if he's always been this way, or maybe
Gave
we
you
can.
a finger.
Apparently, so I am actually going to describe to Antaeus not only him giving me the finger, but the whole weird thing with the vines. And then when I tried to heal him, like the vines were like trying to like wrap around him, and it wouldn't work.
What?
Yeah.
Miss Faye over here apparently has got some weird vine magic happening. I'm pretty sure this dude up in here has got some anti-vine magic happening, and I don't know, they're interacting weird together.
It's a good
Let's
point. I
discuss
hadn't
this
thought
in
about it.
private.
Good point.
So we'll head to a private area, and then as we enter, and I'll say, Antaeus, what's up with you?
What do you mean, Goron?
You're gonna have to be more specific than that.
Well, we've been kind of putting this off and ignoring it, but before we enter this forest, we need to know what's going on. One, you weren't able to enter that house with us. And two...
Well, yes, but I wasn't going to
One-
let myself in considering he didn't want me in there last time.
Yes. And then two, when I looked at you with true sight, you were blackened and looked like a shadow wearing your armor and items. No features. And that supposed to tell me how things truly are. So what's going on?
Did I not
Hiding something from
explain-
us?
No. Did I not explain this after I touched the crystal shard, the thing? After I came out of that?
Maybe I forgot, but I didn't think you told me that you were actually a shadow. I thought you were talking about why you were missing your shadow and stuff like that.
Well, I suppose that would confirm that I am. Well, the long and short of it is So apparently the spells that I had used to ward myself when I used my psychometry prevented me from returning back to my body properly in the time that it's supposed to. And the memory, the vision, I don't know what to call it specifically, but whatever it was I saw, the person seemed to step out of time. Everything seemed frozen and had a conversation with me about me being his shadow.
What does that mean?
Your guess is as good as mine. I know a little bit about the shadow. I don't want to call it a plane because that seems inaccurate, but
Just for the record, with my base knowledge religion, I know of a creature called a shadow. It's different than what he's talking about.
It is
right?
different than what he's talking about. Yes.
Okay. So he's not like an undead race.
I mean,
No.
we fought multiple shadows and they've got into my weapon.
Yes. Yes, I don't know exactly, but I seem to have been stuck there for a while, and I spoke to him about a number of things, and I thought I mentioned it when I woke up, but I must not have, maybe. My apologies.
Maybe you did. I've been distracted these last few days, but today I'm focused. I want to make sure we're all prepared for what lies ahead.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means.
What,
But
you being a shadow?
yes. Although I suppose it's probably not much different than being made of magic, so... Or maybe being a fae or a dwarf?
A dwarf?
Is that your special power?
I think
What? Did you just
Goron
compare
is the
being a
most
dwarf
normal
to...
elf.
I
Did
don't,
you just compare my race to your condition?
no, not specifically. I don't. What condition? I think that's hard to. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm a shadow in the sense of a creature, but I mean, I don't know what that means. If that I am a shadow, I don't know.
Well, I'm just reading this because this is part of my daily spells that I put on people. I'm not sure this would tell me anything. Conditions
think so.
affecting them: unharmed, wounded, disabled, staggered. Yeah, I don't think this would.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Whatever happened, he seems to be prepared for me, and he seemed to be prepared for me to do exactly that. And yes, as if he knew it was going to happen, and then it happened, and he was able to speak to me. It's very strange. It seems to be the person I saw in that in Levi, I believe, the one who was scrying on us. Or me. I don't know if he was scrying on all of us. But
seems like a very strange person from what you described.
You
Yeah.
How
put
could he
on-
know? How could he even know what you would be doing?
You put on daily protection from that scrying, correct? Now,
Yes,
so you'd be noticed, or you would notice if someone were. Okay.
Every night around the same time, I try to use Detect Scrying if I have enough spell points available, or if I have
What
enough
are spell points?
if I have enough spells available, I try to do that, and then I've been successful so far for the past several weeks or so, months maybe, and that's the first and only time that I've seen that we've been being scryed on.
What kind of person risks breaking the law just to scry on you? That's kind of troubling.
Well, considering how scrambled, it didn't seem like it was from close. It was the person from Mirashad.
But
Probably doesn't know the law or give a shit about the law if he's not here.
and is probably insanely powerful. Isn't there a barrier that prevents magic from... I mean, otherwise couldn't you just scry on Brianna?
I mean, I suppose that there is a barrier that prevents magic, but I suppose it doesn't prevent everything. And he presumably must be powerful if he's able to use scrying to that distance and effectiveness through the barrier, but doesn't
I believe.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I thought you were finished.
Oh, I was going to say it doesn't seem to prevent everything, though, considering dream spells seem to get out without much of a hitch.
I believe I gave you not a direct order, but a suggestion to report this to the authorities. Did you do this? Did they say anything?
What, the scrying?
Yes, it's against the law. Perhaps they can. I distinctly remember having this conversation with you.
It is
Perhaps
against
they
the
could
law
offer
here.
insight. Huh?
It is against the law here. I don't recall if I brought it up specifically.
I don't remember what was in the interaction, but it was briefly brought up to the Johansson guy,
Okay.
right as we were bringing Toxini out. I remember there being some conversation with all of us, and he said some
He didn't
words
seem too concerned, right?
I mean, if I'm remembering right, he was kind of a little angry about it, but I think he was telling
right.
Antanas that he needed proof that these are big allegations, and you need to provide proof or something, or whatever. But that's all I'm really recalling about that.
That sounds familiar, because I do remember it being brought up, but I don't remember there being much of a kerfuffle about it.
Yeah, I think he's basically just wanting proof, and maybe wanting. I don't remember if he was wanting to see your memories of it or something. I don't know. It obviously didn't end up going anywhere, but
yeah, I don't think he was that concerned about it at the moment.
Well,
I think there was other bigger things that we were dealing with. Is I think what was going on.
Well, Antaeus, if it, as I told you back then, if it becomes a problem or you want to stop it, I do have a spell that can prevent them from watching you. But it's one of those sort of situation, like when you detect the scrying, you need to tell me so I can use it.
Yes, of course. Haven't had the same issues since then, but if it does come up, I'll make sure to let you know. But yes, the finger.
Yeah. So I will describe again how the vines seemingly came out of my hand and then they were repelled by it.
Well, I don't know how this will protect you, but it's denying you your healing magic. Is this not important to you?
Again, I think it's something to do with her being crazy, fayish vine.
Who wants?
Stuff.
Maybe it's offensive to call people crazy. Don't do that.
All right, don't listen to me then. I already explained this, but let's just ignore my insight like usual.
I could
like a hand
stab
on her
somebody and try to heal them.
No,
So
that's okay.
with the knowledge per arcana check you have, you know that there are, so far you've heard linkages to Niev's fan nature. You know that Fays tend to draw a lot of their arcane energy from the earth itself. If perhaps this thing's spells block natural magic, or magic that is coming from nature, the spell would block any effect that she would cast towards him.
Oh gosh, what Ivy was saying without even having to make a knowledge check.
put a finger on Ivy's lips and just say, shh.
I will.
Bite it off.
Oh,
Then we'll
do you
have
want me
two
to
fingerless
stab-
characters.
Wait, do you want me to stab Goron and test out my magic?
Go for it. Go stab him.
If you even could.
Well, we don't necessarily need to test that out. I'm hoping. But
So wait, is this going to be a problem or what?
As long as we're not using magic that blocks nature magic. No, if we start using magic on ourselves that blocks nature magic and you want her to heal you, then yes. Do you have any magic that blocks nature magic? Do you plan on blocking nature magic?
Can I get an insight check from anybody with ranks in it?
Natural one.
Okay.
I do not have.
So Antaeus will realize something that might make sense. If the finger is supposed to block natural magic, it's emulating the effect of that, Niev should probably try to cast these cure spells at the very least on herself, and then on people within a certain range, and see if this is producing a range effect or if it's just protecting her.
Okay, so I'm just going to. I guess I'll take my dagger and slice, like my hand or something, just to.
I mean, I don't really think we need to cut ourselves. Like, you could tell when you tried to touch him, like vines came up and prevented you from touching him. I think you can just try to touch people with a spell and see if vines pop out and prevent you from touching them. I don't think this stabbiness is necessary because you get a little weird when you get stabby.
Well, at least this time she's stabbing herself, I suppose.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
I mean, you want to cut yourself, by all means, go for it. I just don't think
Yes!
it's necessary.
Okay, so you rolled that incorrectly. I'm going to need you to make an attack roll.
Alright.
And I'm going to need to know who's closest to Niev.
Oh,
God.
damn.
I mean, I assume we're all in speaking distance.
Yeah, I think you just need to roll a die.
Alright, so roll me a d3.
I would
All
probably
right.
be pretty close considering I was just looking at the finger without touching it.
It is Antaeus. Antaeus does a 16 hit your flat-footed AC.
God.
Surprisingly, no.
Okay. So you rush at Antaeus, and Antaeus like quickly gets his arms up to stop you from plunging the dagger into him, and your brain kind of like realizes like the thought process you went through. You kind of like pull out the dagger and you look at your hand and you get ready to cut your hand, and you're like leaning forward a little bit, and then you like lunge forward with the dagger at Antaeus. And everybody was kind of expecting this.
Actually, we don't have our armor, correct?
You do not have your armor.
It does hit me.
And you, like, when you lunge forward,
Sorry,
you get
I
a
didn't mean to cut you
jab
off.
into Antaeus's side.
Oh!
I'm really just waiting for you guys to start listening to me because what did I say? You get a little crazy when you get stabby.
So I'm going to try and heal Antaeus.
Okay. Yeah, you will reach out to touch Antaeus. And as you do so, Antaeus will be able to be healed.
Thanks.
So it
Mind
looks
just
like
removing
sorry.
the dagger?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I wasn't just holding.
You
yeah.
actually, you have to actively. He has
Oh,
to
do
actively tell you for you to realize the dagger is still plunged in his side.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of an uncomfortable feeling too, as she's like pulling it out and healing you at the same time.
Actually, where she stabbed me, I'm gonna kind of watch it heal over to see if there's any effects of it afterwards.
people are fucking afraid of me attacking them.
It will
Jesus.
heal over like normal. But there is a little bit of like vines that kind of tie the wound together that then fade away.
Mm-hmm. I'm not to stand next to you. I mean,
What's all this?
I was trying to experiment. I was actually not meaning to hit Antaeus. I'm really sorry, Antaeus. I was trying to experiment.
Yes, I just mean we can't afford any of these events to happen in the forest.
I'm just glad you
Is
don't
this-
have a more magical dagger.
Is this just when you take out your dagger this happens? So should you not hold daggers anymore?
I mean, I've only ever lost control holding a dagger, so.
Maybe we should just put like, I don't know, rounded edges or something on all of her sharp objects, so she doesn't hurt herself or anyone else.
Get
Here, why
one of
don't-
those that the little blade just goes inside, like.
Levi probably has plenty of those things. You need special locks on your doors, aren't you? So you can't open your cabinets.
I mean, are you still holding your dagger right now? Do you feel the compulsion to come stab one of us?
She's
Stepping
still
5 feet
holding
away.
the dagger. She'll now notice as you like look at her.
I'm standing at least 10 feet away from her.
But there's no like she's in a pose like at any moment she could try to stab somebody, but it doesn't look like she is actively going to stab anybody.
I think it's only when I intend to stab somebody it seems to happen. Even if the person I'm
Oh.
intending to stab is myself.
See. Perhaps don't try and stab anyone in important
That's an urge you can
situations.
control, correct?
I mean, obviously not.
Yeah.
I think he meant more so she can control the urge to actually draw the dagger and stab people.
Yes, I think this time she was intending to stab herself, and I don't want to say got carried away because that undermines it, but got compelled to stab me.
To be honest, we all
To,
kind of want
to be
stab
fair,
you.
it could have been anybody. It
I'm
wasn't
just kidding.
specifically about you, Antaeus. It was more like, it was just like, I was drawn to the nearest thing to stab.
So, Goron's turn next. You stabbed me. You've stabbed Antaeus. I think it's only fair.
Just
She
stab me with
couldn't
your
even stab
warhammer.
me if she tried.
Niev, give me a will save.
Oh, damn.
I am unhitable by mortals.
You're not wearing your armor, dude.
Oh, true.
You hold it together though. You do feel a boiling moment as he says, like, there's no way you could hit me. You feel like an overwhelming, like, fuck this dude. This dude deserves to be stabbed. And you kind of like shake that thought out of your head, realizing that can't be your own thought.
I'm going to.
Yeah, put the
Go-
dagger away.
Yeah, I was going to go ahead and perhaps put the dagger in my.
Maybe you just shouldn't even
haversack.
carry a dagger.
Yeah, why do you even hold that dagger? You don't
Why
need-
do we allow you to continuously have a dagger?
Do you know why I have a dagger? Is so that if something gets close, that I have something to defend myself with. I'm not really a melee fighter.
You're good
I mean
at
this in the
cutting.
nicest way possible, but would it make a difference?
Yes, I don't think if something's that close to you, having a dagger is going to help you much.
Well, if
No
something
offense.
ties my hands, then I can cut ropes. It's good at cutting.
Well, I mean, you
This
have
is true.
Hunter for that, no?
Throw it away. Trust me. It'll be okay. Throw it away. Just for them.
I will throw away my dagger.
Okay?
Ah, that's good.
I need you not to take that off your character sheet.
Okay.
Now that that's all settled, I guess.
What, did she just throw it over her shoulder or something? What happened?
I guess she just like tosses it.
Yeah,
in
she
the
just
dirt.
tosses it out. It's laying on the ground.
That seems
Um,
unsafe. She
yes,
probably put that
perhaps-
somewhere.
Perhaps we should dispose of this properly. I'll try to pick it up.
Yeah, you can pick it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
I'll just stow it away to like throw it, like, I don't know, dispose of. I don't know. How would one
Do you have a
dispose
sharps
of weapons?
container?
Like, would we drop it off? Like, is that like a ministry thing, where you drop off like unused weapons or something?
Yeah, you can drop off unused weapons at the not the barracks. What the fuck is it called? Why is my brain breaking? You'll notice the barracks. Yeah, you can drop it off at the barracks.
All right, yeah. I guess we'll try to like have a private room in one of our ministry rooms, and on the way there, we'll drop this off in the barracks.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a big box that you can just kind of drop that into.
And
Yep,
I need to go make my kids their dinner.
that is fine. This is a good time to take a break.
Cool.
We'll see what happens when we get back. See you shortly.
champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes, when you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes, when you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes, when you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes, when you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance.
Those.
And we're back.
Okay,
Oh.
so I guess it's just taking out the -2. Okay. So it is going in. I just was making a buff I can just turn on called Furious that gives me +2 to attack because I put Furious on my weapon, so when I'm raging, my weapon is, well, I guess it's technically +2 to attack and +2 to damage.
Yeah, well, you can add it that way. You just do the semicolon +2 to damage. But yeah, we're back. Sorry for that long delay. Those of you that are watching. But a lot of stuff was going on in the background.
You guys want to take some Adderall? I mean, Vigilance?
Maybe. What's the downside?
1d4 con damage.
And for 4 hours, user is denied dexterity bonus to AC.
Yeah, no thanks.
Oh, but you get a +10 alchemical bonus on perception checks.
Actually, I don't even have a dex bonus to my AC. But the con damage is kind of scary.
I like the idea of you taking con damage. Give me
Got
some
I
some
mean, I guess I
lesser
could
restoration.
Wait, where does it say con damage? Oh, 1d4 con damage.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could
also
just
have
remove it.
lesser restoration.
Yeah, but we don't want to waste our spell points before we even go in the thing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's also on perception, and we're probably going to be in darkness, so...
But perception is probably going to be our most important check in there. I'll do it.
Well,
I think it's worth it.
Perception and probably will saves.
Facts.
Can you
Hey,
make
look.
enough for all of us, or do you have to...
Actually, do I still have that, or did, actually I could make enough. I think I
You
actually
can
have
make
some.
enough.
I didn't know if, I thought that, Zigmar's asked
Zigmar
to
has
borrow
your
that
knife.
You can get it back from him. He's not keeping it.
Also, what was that for the vigilance? I actually have vigilance on me. I have a majority of these things on me, actually, except for like the Oblivion because that's expensive.
Be
And the
ever
Esoterium.
vigilant.
All right, yeah, so we're in our room talking about
Mhm.
plans. So do we know when our armor is going to be ready? Like, is it like within the next days or a few days or
2 more days.
2 more days?
Yep.
So yeah, we're kind of like putting everything on the table of what we can do. So Antaeus is kind of like showing us these vials, what we could take.
Angel
So, yeah.
Strumpet.
What will that do?
You
Plus
don't
2
want to look
bonus
at
on
the,
initiative checks.
you don't want to look at the downside.
The one with like
Okay,
a
yeah,
really
yeah.
terrible downside, yeah. You gain light blindness.
Okay.
Oh, not
no,
even
we're not
that
doing
one.
that. All right, Antaeus, stop being a weirdo. We're just gonna use the vigilance.
I think he's just
Um,
like dropping vials of stuff on the table while you're trying to talk through things. He's like, you could take this.
I'll just
Or
put
You
this.
can try
over by
this. You can
Gulron.
try this.
Slide that by Gulron while I'm pulling stuff out.
He's giving us a free sample.
I've never seen you so excited, Antaeus. But yeah, so if Niev, you can prepare lesser restoration to cure our ailments from taking these, that would be
Yes.
useful.
All right.
Well, I don't know if everyone wants to take them, but I definitely want to make use of it. Because I do not have any dex. I'm not very dexterous, so it won't harm me.
So wait, Gulron's gonna willingly take some drugs?
I was very
Vigilance.
surprised by that.
Yes.
Willingly take some drugs. Alright, Gulron changing his morals here.
Well, he's not as uptight since he left the shot. Apparently, Kraskron's much more of a laid-back god.
So just to go over my
That's more
spells.
laid back than a god that doesn't exist.
What?
Damn. Shots fired.
I
makes
mean,
me-
I spent an entire campaign in that boat, okay? So just saying, let's...
What are you talking about? Campaign and boat? What are you?
Oh my god.
She was in that campaign that I had a boat in.
Oh, was that the one with the dungeon crawl one? I had a boat in that.
Do not speak ill of Krauskron again, or I will strike you.
I wasn't! I was technically speaking ill of Sascha. Jesus.
Oh,
I
don't
was
do that
saying,
either.
what's more
Wait,
laid back
wait.
than a god who doesn't exist?
Who's Jesus?
Gone.
There is no Jesus.
Oh my god.
Just
You're not
don't
getting
insult
my
the gods
jokes.
in front of me.
Oh my god, I can't make a single out of character.
Well,
joke.
can we
Good lord.
What's out of
insult
character?
Foth?
You guys want some strange fluids?
Oh, you guys want to
Can,
call
but
Thoth?
I don't think you'll like that. Anyways, let me go over
I
the
look
spells.
for random eyes appearing on the walls.
Let
Oh,
me
this
go
is
over
Thoth.
the spells I'm planning on preparing.
Okay.
I will prepare True Sight, Pillar of Life, and Breath of Life.
No, you shouldn't do
Um,
that last one. You hear a voice say from the walls.
Quiet. Freedom of movement, spell immunity, communal protection from energy, and blessing of fervor. We're going to get some prayer, searing light, invisibility purge, dispel magic, channel vigor, archon's aura, grace status, zone of truth, shield other, bear's endurance for myself, boost my con, give me some more HP to absorb some more hits. I'm going to prepare consecrate, may be useful to purify the area in which we fight. I'm going to grab an aid for Ivy. And then the lower stuff, I have remove fear. That's an important one to make note of to try and combat the fear-inducing things we might face. Other than that, I think that's it. Unless
what
you
I
guys have
meant.
any other suggestions that I should prepare. I don't know if you're
It's driven
familiar.
source.
Oh, liberating command as well. In case something grapples someone, I can help them try to escape.
It's enough inappropriate talk, by the way, in the comment section.
That's a thing, though.
Making strange fluids from the source.
Hey, it's look, it's a thing. I can get some strange fluids. Actually, I'm not sure if I can because of the nature of those. I think that was one of the things that you said I wouldn't be able to have access to.
You would actually have to find strange fluids. You cannot make strange fluids.
That's what it was.
Also, since we have a few days spare time, I was planning on preparing a divination for tomorrow before we leave, so that we can try and get some aid from Krauskron on our task. As well, I will do a guiding star in advance as well to help us find our way back,
Okay.
no matter what.
And that's 10 days now? 11 days? Something like that?
I believe it is a day per level, yes, so it'd be 10 days I'd have access to.
I
Finding our way
realized
back.
there's an item I would want to pick up while we're in town. I don't think it should be a difficult thing to get. I need a Sapphire Ring worth 500 GP.
Yes, you can easily have a jeweler make that up for you. No problem.
Is Antaeus going to pick up those boots or no?
What do
yes.
you need it for, by the way? Just... I'm
Tactical
assuming...
adaption spell.
Okay.
You have
That is
to
fine.
wear a Sapphire Ring worth 500 GP to be able to use the tactical adaption.
Now, I want to make sure we're clear on this, because this did come up in another game. You need to have seen things... Oh, no, tactical adaption is the one that gives you the feat. I'm sorry, that's not
yeah,
the
it
one.
just lets you.
I'm
use,
confusing it with the one that lets you change into something from another world.
No. This is that's like monstrous physique. I think
That's the
this
one,
is
yes.
yeah. This just lets me use like combat feats that I don't currently have. I don't have any combat feats in mind I want to use. I just known that like when I was looking at I mean potentially actually that could be a good one I could think about for this. But I just knew I needed to pick up a ring to be able to actually use the spell. So I have paid the money for that.
You can. I was just making sure there was nothing that they needed to license along with it, because some objects, when you pick them up, also have a license fee.
Gotcha.
I would also be like just refilling my spell components. There's certain things I have that need like just like sand or something like that?
Yeah, minor components are fine. If anything costs more than a gold, you need to like keep track of what you have of it.
Luckily, I only have to buy this ring once, and it looks like I just have to wear it, and then I can use this spell as often as I want.
Yes, it is a focus item.
Cool. What? Don't you want that?
So, some things that will matter is if people are prepping restoration. I'm assuming that Gulran has a number of his liquids that he's going to have for his true seeing.
Yep. They're on my character sheet in my spell component pouch.
Perfect.
Just for your knowledge. Though, yeah, I've listed how much of each I have.
Excellent, thank you. Anybody else have rare components that they specifically need to carry around for their character?
I think that ring is the only material component any of my spells take.
Okay.
I'm trying to look up I was trying to go through my spells and see if there was anything really strange that would cost more than like a gold. So I'm just trying to price that out to see, make sure.
I think, unless I'm misunderstanding, Steve, you're saying like the spell should tell you its costs. Like if you're looking at a spell thing that says a weird ingredient, unless Steve, the lore of it,
right? Unless there's a physical gold cost attached to it.
Yeah. So in your spell, it should tell. Like for example, when I clicked True Seeing, it said eye ointment worth 250 GP. That's what he's saying. Like then you need that actual item on your sheet.
I got you. Okay, well then I was just like, I need to price these out. I don't know
No,
what
for the most part, restoration I think is the only real thing that you have that matters for.
Okay.
Yeah, so here in Augury it says you need at least 25 GP. Like that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Things to keep in mind for any tactical stuff, just in case it comes up, and you're thinking about things. I do have greater invisibility and dimension door, which are two of the things I can do that could kind of help the entire party with stuff. So I also have regular invisibility, but I do have greater invis and dimension door, obviously.
Very nice.
All right, and I have keep watch, and I have hide campsite, of course.
My goodness. What's going on with that Verlucia's gun?
I don't know.
Unlucky tonight.
Oh. Breaks my heart.
Crying little baby.
I was trying to see. Let's see. So I'm going to be preparing that. Lesser restoration actually does not have a material.
No, restoration.
Right?
It's restoration.
Just restoration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at that as well.
So I'm taking lesser restoration though, as requested. I have flaming sphere, but if I recall, I think the things in the forest are kind of fireproof, so maybe I'll think of something else. Let's see. I took daylight. It could help until it can't anymore, basically.
Life bubble you're taking, right?
Yeah, I'm taking life bubble. I'm taking aqueous orb.
What's that?
So it's kind of like the fire flaming sphere, but it like rolls around. It's like a rolling sphere of churning water that engulfs those. Well, here, I'll put it in chat. So basically,
do you really think that'll be useful against plant stuff?
Well, it's more of the fact that I thought that it moves things around, like I could engulf it in water and move it around.
I don't think that was the case.
Smaller, larger creature. It must make a save or be engulfed by the aqueous orb and carried along with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, what scenarios do we really want to use that for?
If something's attacking, let's say, Antaeus or you or something, I could engulf it in an aqueous orb and roll it away.
Yeah, I just don't see how, like, us getting away by other means would be more effective than the spell, which has a reflex save, and then it's pretty low DC, and then I don't know how it works. If we're like grappled together, you might just grab us both up with it. I don't know. If you think it would work, go for it. I just don't think it will be that. I don't know what sphere this is taking up.
It's a 3rd circle spell.
Mm.
Let me see if there's anything else on that sphere that might be good. I could do neutralize poison, maybe.
I think that would be like degrees more useful than this one. But maybe I'm just not creative enough. I just don't see how. I feel like we just have so much solutions for getting away from things that this orb just does not seem super effective at doing that. But maybe it is. I don't know.
Well, I'll take neutralize poison. I think it really could be situationally useful. Just, you know. Let's see. So yeah, and then for my 4th circle, I've got Cure Serious, Dispel Magic, Echolocation, and Life Bubble.
All really good spells.
For my 5th circle, I've got Baleful Polymorph, Blessing of the Salamander, and Summon Nature's Ally.
I think those are all good picks. And Teus, sorry, just to confirm, are you getting those boots?
Oh yeah. My bad. Yeah.
What boots?
Yes. Are we able to find those boots of escape?
Yeah, if they are available at one of
Double
the
check. Hold on.
at one of the places we can spend this old seal platinum
Boots of the Cape.
of escape.
Boots of escape.
Nope,
Sorry.
of the Cape.
They're boots made from the cape.
I'm making that joke because it is basically the same effect as the Cape. There's just not a puff of smoke.
Oh fuck, man! It's almost worth getting rid of my other cape, my cloak rather.
Though if you're a gnome, you get to go 400 feet instead of 30.
True.
Feet, so very important. This I'm gonna have to check on. Hold on. You want highs or lows?
Lows.
Highs. They are not available.
Drats.
You do find that you can buy them on the open market.
I will
What does that mean?
That means potentially putting the old platinum into circulation in the open market.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll refrain from doing that.
Okay.
How much money? Well, actually, here, I can trade you. I have enough regular platinum. If you find someone who will buy it or can do it, but you're worried about putting that platinum into the open market, I have enough regular platinum.
Alright, if you want to do that, that would work for me.
Okay.
So how much exactly? How much platinum will it be? So I can notate how much old platinum I have.
720 platinum.
720, so it'll put me at... Okay. I have that much regular platinum, and I'll put over here 720 old plat, I guess we'll call it.
All right, you have your boots of the Cape. Of S
Thank
Cape.
you. Of Escape 7.
Yes, Cape.
Did you guys want to discuss any tactics so we're not panicking in combat? We know what each of us are doing. I'm imagining.
I think the first thing we should just discuss is that any creature that seems to be tainted by this, we should just aim to not be avoiding things, just killing them.
I agree. We are also told that darkness will be our enemy here, so I believe our first rounds of actions will be trying to resolve this, so we each have our echolocations or true sights or things of these nature to help us see. So that will be our first action, and then my next actions will be trying to assist Ivy in being able to hit her enemies. I'm not sure what everyone else's game plans are. Should probably figure that out so we're not trying to figure it out in the heat of battle.
Good point.
I mean, obviously, I know what I do. I rage and I run up and I attack things. So, you know,
Yes.
there's my tactics.
If we are in a very tough fight, I'm planning on throwing a pillar of light next to you and taking a position with you up there in the front line so that if either of us need it, we could touch the light and get healed. And, yeah.
If you want, if you feel that that's necessary, I can give you Blessing of the Salamander before you move up. That would give you fast healing 5.
Yes, I would save that for the toughest of fights, as I assume this is taxing on you to use often.
It's a 5th circle spell, so yeah, it uses a lot of magic.
Conserve our spells for the tough fights. Use any lower spells for the lower fights, or fights we deem not to be too tough. We don't want to drain our resources for the true enemy that we will find. Yeah, I think that's a good game plan.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll be useful, but
Could be, possibly.
Yes.
All right. Well, are you ready to head out to gather your stuff?
The night before the day of we're heading out, I am using excess spell points to store a Frigid Touch in my weapon.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah, the day before we're leaving, I would like to do a divination and guiding star.
Yes. Go ahead and give me your divination. Cast that in the chat for me, please, so I can... There's something I need to remember off of it. Perfect.
checking something real quick. Okay. Perfect.
Gulrun, you settle down, you prepare your prayer to Krazkaran. And with this check, can I get a knowledge religion check?
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Natural 2.
You focus your time and your attention to Krazkaran. You make prayer. Burn the incense that you have before. Pull out the effigy. And burn it in his name. You can feel once more the big stone hand of Krazkaran on your shoulder. You can feel him looking down on you. There are things we are allowed to have the answers to. And there are things where the answers leave us at the times we need them most. The circumstances of your trip, the variables of what you will face, are too varied and too unknown. But know this, my child. I will always be at your side through this. If things are at their worst, do not fear to call upon me. Do not fear to ask for aid. You do not need to do this battle on your own, Gulrun. I am here for you and for your goals.
In Kraskron we trust.
And you should. You can rise from your vision, your communion with him of sorts. You can head out to meet the party.
And yeah, just for the record, I guiding star, I don't know, my home, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I will track that. So I'll start it at 9 days, because I'm going to do it a day before we leave, so I don't have to have that spell prepared when we're leaving. So the counter will be 9 days.
Very good. Anything else anybody is doing before they leave?
Did Antaeus ever give his mastiff a name?
It's a good question. No, he did not.
Just a reminder, I'm removing the day we're leaving. I'm removing the associated points for my daily stuff, so 3 shield others, that's 9 points. And status, I only need to do 1, I just touch everyone to get everyone in that. And I think that's all my daily things I'm prepping before we head out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was going to go by the Sulinol place.
Yes.
I wasn't necessarily gonna go inside right away. I wanted to like kind of look around the. I'm assuming there's like, I might be wrong, but I'm assuming there's like windows that.
You're talking about the store, right? Not the temple. Yeah.
So there's like windows that like display stuff and.
Yes, she has it's a very like small display. There's like a holy symbol of Sulinol on each of the walls, on like tapestries. I'm sorry that are within the window, and then a few various like little items. The books you've seen before, some like the gloves that you actually have exist there, as well as a headband with like a tether connected to it.
When I do the psychometry, what kind of field of vision would I know? What kind of field of vision I have?
You have the field of vision of whatever you're gaining the memory of. So you see from that person or object. Sometimes sometimes if the object has a lot of a specific person connected to it, you'll see from the perspective of that person. And on very rare occasions, you get a glimpse of the outside as if something else is what you're getting the view from.
Like, how would I, with something without a face, like without a mask or something that's not like that, that would not have a face, where would it be facing a specific direction, or would it be just kind of like everything in the vicinity?
You get like kind of a dome effect of what you're seeing from that, like a fisheye lens almost.
Do I know like?
Or maybe roughly... it's not fisheye, right? It is the dome, the one that shows you in multiple directions at one time.
Yeah, kind of like a 3D camera.
Ish, but a little bit different.
Yeah. Do I know the like rough radius of that? Does it depend on the item?
It sort of depends on the item. This time it's quiet. That's kind of annoying.
How big is the store?
The store is huge. There's a lot of like square footage here for this place. But you assume there's also probably a residence attached to it.
Okay.
Because this is where like, she doesn't like really leave here. It's the only thing that makes sense for the size of this place.
Yeah. I suppose I would go in and kind of look around a little bit near the closer to the front of the store, I suppose.
Are you alright, Antaeus?
Probably not, but I feel like I should ask. Everything that's here now, has this stuff Well, I guess in the front of the store. Has this stuff been here for a while?
Yes.
Would you mind if I looked into something like a... I don't know if you're familiar with psychometry.
I'm not, but I trust you. Do what you need to do.
It shouldn't be too long. It's just reading the past of an item. I'll kind of like look around and see if there's anything with like a good vantage point. Maybe something a little higher up.
Okay.
I don't know if there is anything.
You can look around at things. Give me an appraise check. Okay. So what you're sort of looking for here is you're looking through things. You're looking for something that is mildly mundane. Something that's probably been here for a while because it's less likely to be bought. Because if you pick something higher value, there's a good chance it came from somewhere and probably has a stronger memory attached to it than the one you might get. So you want something that the radius of whatever it is that ate this memory from you might have retained some glimpse at least of that, or like enough of an impression that you might get something from it. But you also know you're a little bit shooting fish in a barrel here. Or not, I'm sorry, not shooting fish in a barrel here. You're a little bit trying to hit a fly from 100 miles away with a rubber band gun.
Yeah.
But you pick an item that you can tell has the lowest likelihood of being interacted with otherwise, and a high chance of maybe catching an imprint from where you think things might have happened. And you can give me your roll. Which I guess is appraise.
Oh, it is appraise. Okay, I was like, I think it's a praise.
Okay. You reach out and you touch the item. And the only glimpse you get is a hint of red, a hint of black, and something spoken, but it's kind of garbled. You assume probably because you're like too far. That sound when you're trying to listen into something, but it's just a little out of your ability to hear it, so it just comes out as...
There doesn't seem to be any kind of... Well, I guess it would just be words. As I said, there's probably like a pattern or something specific to it.
You can see like this red and black thing. There's some movements that happen as it happens.
Interesting.
Maybe like it's casting a spell. It has a little bit of that like handy thing that's going on. But that's really all you can get.
It looks like it could be like somebody casting a spell or like sleight of hand of some kind or something. Okay. Interesting. Does that happen? Does that happen in a specific time? Like, does he pull out the papers?
You can't really see the time. You can't really see a lot of the events that are unfolding because the angle you're at is like to the back of him. None of the objects in the front of in like the area where she is typically are going to be like items that are going to keep an impression, right? These objects probably have much more profound impressions upon them. They're relics that she's found or like key specialty items that she has. You even know that like the statue that you put on there that she put on the counter, because of how important it is to her, like you giving it to her, at the very least that is probably going to be impressioned on it more than this specific incident.
And I think that I gave that to her after the events happened, because it happened while we were gone, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I don't think I would have even had the opportunity to get that. But it's nice to see that she has that up there.
Yeah, she does.
And that's probably for the best also that I don't know exactly what happened, because I'm able to remember the memory, and I know that there are spells that exist that could have potentially made that thing that happened last time, so probably for the best.
Perhaps.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope it was of some help.
It was. It wasn't much, but it was something. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
I suppose we'll be back in once we're done taking care of this ministry task. So I suppose I will see you when we get back then.
Before you go, Antaeus.
Yes.
The shadow thing that you told me about. Listen, I don't know you very well, sometimes I don't know if I can trust you, but there's something about you. Something that guides me. I want you... A long time ago, there was a man who came here, and he said, if ever I saw a shadow that wasn't mine, to give something to him. He was a very strange man who talked in riddles, sort of. And she'll, turn and open up a drawer and pull out an item that looks kind of like a wand. I never could figure out how it worked. He said it was a writing instrument, but it had no quill, or... I don't understand. I couldn't write on anything with it. He told me not to try, but could you resist? Someone said it was something you could write with, but it had no way to write? If I dip it in ink, and she'll demonstrate, she'll dip it in ink, and the ink will not adhere to it at all. It just runs off completely.
Interesting. Thank you. I'm assuming this man, did you get a look at him?
I did. He was dressed
short
in...
brown hair?
Yes. How did you know?
That's the same person that gave me the information about... Well, that information, specifically.
Well, I hope you can figure out how it works.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll tinker around with it on our adventure, and then if I figure it out, I'll make sure to come back and let you know.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there anything else anybody wants to do?
I don't think so.
Nothing like that really needs to be necessarily role played, but I think either the night before or one of the nights I'm gonna test out some of these new things that I've got.
Okay.
Such as this.
Ooh. You picked up... Did you buy the gem that you need for this?
Oh, that's a good point. I did not.
Yes. You will...
Before I do this, I'll make sure to let people know that I'm going to test this.
Okay. So if you are wishing to cast this spell, we need to go over a couple of very important things. First and foremost, you need to you'll have to make a request to use this spell from the ministry.
Okay.
They then give you a form that you use as a release, and other people you're going to use this spell with have to sign off on the form.
Okay.
In addition to that, there is an added line on the bottom that says, if you are instructed by a deity or a being related to or adjacent to a deity that tells you that you may not cast this, or that you should not cast it, you may not cast it, and you are agreeing not to cast it under such circumstances.
Otherwise, I'll have to suffer whatever penalties may come.
Correct. You're also required to keep a log of any use of this spell. And
Okay.
it is noted on the document that your uses will be tracked by the document itself.
Okay, I'll agree to that. Yeah, it's just something I kind of wanted to like test the waters with and like see how it functions. Not necessarily something that I wanted to take up a bunch of time doing per se. So, but yeah, I'll let everybody know if anybody wants to do that. I suppose I'll probably have to prepare a lesser restoration, so that way when I'm done cutting myself, I can heal myself.
I'm also going to be picking up rations for everybody, I guess.
We do have the Renaissance stand, so we
that's
technically
right,
don't
we do.
need to eat.
Yep.
I do
Alright.
have 2
I will
old trail
opt
rations.
out of any astral projection. Just knowing the other funky spell you did, someone related to me got trapped there. I'm not keen on I don't know how shit's gonna work on me, so I'm just gonna opt out.
Yeah, I need to make this clear. You need to put this document on your character sheet, and you need to confirm right now who would be willing and who would not be willing to astral project with you. You need to pay 500 gold for the document itself.
I mean, I would be willing as long as there wasn't any chance that it would hurt somebody.
Oh no, as far as I know, this functions just like the spell would. I don't think there's anything unusual about it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you like letting us know like why you're doing this? Or like why
Just out of
you want us
curiosity,
to come with you?
Well, no, I'm not necessarily saying that you need to come with. I just figured if anybody wanted to experience it, it would be something. It doesn't have to necessarily be me. I'm not trying to like push any boundaries or do anything crazy with this. I just wanted to. It was something I learned, and I was like, I wanted to try to see how it works. But I don't intend
Sounds
to get
like
myself
some
killed.
mistress shenanigans. I will pass. Doing things just for experiences? No, thank you.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't. Like I said, I don't. This is not. I don't think this is to be as dangerous as the previous adventure, but I don't know. I just wanted to see it.
Okay. From there, then, the party can begin their journey. Pick up your armor, equip yourselves, get yourselves prepped, and head out onto the road. No, where's my audio track for this? You piece of shit. There we go. I'm just not looking far enough down the list. And you can make your way across the road. Let's do a quick check to see if anything interesting or terrifying finds you on the road.
Yeah, you said you were going to go with as well, right?
Just not.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Are you casting it right now, or?
This is the. I mean, if it's going to be a whole thing, I can just do it when we get back. I don't want to take up a bunch of time doing it.
So if you set out to do this, you will hear a whisper in your ear that now is not the time.
Okay.
And it will be a very cold voice that whispers in your ear. You're not sure what or who. It sounds familiar and yet unknown.
Fair enough. I will hear that warning and advise Niev to do the same.
I can't cast the spell.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I don't think that like your coming back is necessarily like tied to mine. I don't think, but whatever.
No, so this is as you're casting it. So like you're going through the full 30-minute prep time, and there is a voice that kind of like echoes out to you in a very faint tone that sounds somewhat familiar, like, this is not the time or the place for this.
I don't know if I can respond or not, but I'll just kind of in my head respond to them and let them know. All right.
Okay.
Take off the gold for the sheet.
No, you won't have to. You won't even have to use the gold.
No, for the form.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the dagger to get.
You don't have to
Yeah.
use the dagger either. Like,
Oh, okay.
So, like, no, like, this is, you're literally putting out the prep stuff for it, and you're starting the whole process before the gem, before you need the gem at all. And this is when the voice kind of hits you.
Okay.
You can journey off. Bring you guys to a familiar setting, familiar place. As you make your way into the woods, it is darker than it was before. The canopy cover has sort of closed in. Even the vines, there are vines that kind of reach out across the whole way that you're walking along to get into the forest itself. As you approach inside, one of the things that you will notice about the woods is that many things seem to kind of keep their distance from you. You can hear the occasional snorting of boars that seem as if they know that you're not something to be reckoned with. You pass by what once before were the guardians of the forest, who you can feel looking down on you, and you can hear them spit down onto the ground as you walk your path through. You can't really see them, but you can definitely hear the sounds of them spitting. And there's no moisture in the spitting. It's just a very kind of sound.
That doesn't sound anything like the things outside that guy's house, does it?
No.
Okay.
You will move past. You'll see like this pile of vines that kind of starts to skitter off. If you want, you can do something about it. If you don't, you can kind of let it go on its way. Yeah, you'll know it to be a shambling mound.
It's more than welcome to go on its own way and leave us alone.
You'll see another one through your throughout your travels. You see if a lot of shambling mounds you can pass by. After several hours of travel, the darkness becomes thicker. You are essentially traveling in completely lightless conditions. What are all of you using to light your way?
So we're saying dark vision's not operating, or
your dark vision is operating half effectiveness.
okay.
I still don't have dark vision or anything, so we have to have light of some sort for me.
I'm going to attempt to cast daylight.
Your daylight will be 50% effective in this condition, but still effective nonetheless. Let me give you some light. You should have some light that you can see now.
Excellent.
And everybody else should be able to see the light that Niev casts.
That's
That's really big. And I didn't have Ghoulron's dark vision. Hold on.
Well, I can see. Like I was just gonna say, my lighting didn't change. I don't know if that's.
No, it should now. Nope, it didn't. Good job, dark vision. Man. Hang on, let me do this. I'll go here. I'll say reset.
Oh.
Better, still, nope, still too far. Let me make sure somebody else doesn't have too much light there broadcasting. This is from an older copy of the map. Get Mateus here. Oh, very weird. I have you set at 30 feet of dark vision. Why can you see 60 feet?
Well, I see like 45-ish feet of bright light, then it goes to dim light the last 60 feet.
Let me check the... Hold on. I wonder if this has got double sets of lighting on. If I've got old legacy lighting and dynamic lighting on.
Yeah, because I can see about like
I do. I have
35.
old legacy lighting on and dynamic lighting on.
Whoa, now my sight's in a square.
I don't know how that happened. Hold, please.
Yeah, it is a square for me too.
Do that,
Same.
that, and... There we go.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, yeah, now my thing's
Much
30
better.
feet. It looks like I have a little bit of dim light, but yeah, it's pretty much 30 feet.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not that worried about it.
It looks like the light
Close
is
is
centered
close.
on here.
Yep, that's where it should be.
I didn't know how long it was going to take you to fix the lighting, so I just told my kids I'd go get them in bed.
No, that's fine. This is a perfect place to take a short break, and when we get back, we will see how the remainder of the travel goes. See you shortly.
Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. Do you actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance. Do you want to be a champion? I mean that sincerely. actually want to be a champion? I've seen what you can do. You're good. Maybe even good enough. But you're lazy. Most of the time you just sit there judging others for their mistakes. When you know you could do better. Well, now's your chance.
Party reaches what it feels like would be about the end of its first day. Tiredness doesn't really affect you guys, is in the same way it does other people. Believe right now you're just using the rings, correct?
The Ring of Sustenance.
Yes.
What was the enchant that they put on our armor, though? Didn't that also, like...
Yes, thank you. That is the one that gives you the even better version of this. That I'm trying to remember the name of now. Because for some reason it didn't get typed into my thing. Did anybody happen to write down the name of it?
I just wrote that it was an enchantment, because I don't think we asked.
No, I think he was. He did say what he was putting on.
Yeah, I did. I remember saying what it was, but that doesn't, of course, mean that I remember, because dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm a dumbass. I can find it. Give me a second here.
Dumastful?
What? Restful. That does sound correct.
Yeah, suit of Restful Armor permits the wearer to reduce the amount of uninterrupted sleep of rest she needs from 8 hours to 2 hours, and the wearer does not become fatigued by sleeping in their armor. You recover hit points and ability damage and endures disease, poisons, or other afflictions as if she had slept through the night in a comfortable bed, awakening refreshed. Additional rest time on this armor does not confer extra healing, nor the wearer benefit from the armor's effect more than once per day.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we dealt with it, but I'm drinking that thing, Vigilance.
Okay. Each time you do that, then I'm going to need you to roll me a Fortitude save. It is a poison, so you will pass on that. So you'll gain only the positive effects, and I'm assuming you'll cast the restoration that you need to clear that up at the end of each day. So we'll kind of hand wave that for now until it really starts to matter.
I would also like to drink it, but I was wondering, would it even have an effect on me? Because I think I have, well, I guess it's venom immunity, but it says that a druid gains immunity to all poisons.
Yes, you cannot benefit from drugs. Drugs are considered poisons.
Okay.
The interesting part about that, though, is alcohol is a poison, and so it means that you're a real fun party trick. Because you can pretend to be drunk for a while, and then all of a sudden start throwing darts like a champion.
I was just thinking of the drinking contest between Legolas and Gimli.
That's just a plus 10 in perception, right, Ryan?
I believe so. That's the vigilance one, right?
Yeah. I guess I gotta roll a d3 for hours, how long I get it.
Yes.
3 hours.
Okay. Yeah, so the real key here is you guys don't have to disarmor in order to get your rest. Are you setting up some sort of watch over the evening that you do rest?
I am actually, I was going to cast Keep Watch and Hide Campsite.
Okay.
I'm carrying the tent of ours, so we have a tent to sleep in.
Okay. So
You're able to. How many can you keep watch? All of us at this point? or-
all of us if we wanted it, but
All right, yeah, I'll stay up with you.
Same.
all right. So I guess the three of us are staying up, and then Antes gets to sleep.
actually, you can't keep watch yourself.
What?
We already discussed why.
You're holding that finger thing.
If I give
Whoever-
the finger thing to Antaeus, then can I keep watch?
Then you can keep watch yourself.
How are you carrying this finger?
I mean, I assume I've just been kind of holding it this whole time.
It needs to be anywhere that's not an extra dimensional space to be active. Otherwise, it will not have the positive effect.
I'll hold up one of my vials for you to put it in.
I'll put it in the vial.
Okay.
But I don't think you should close the vial, otherwise we might not get the.
It's not bleeding or anything, is it?
No,
No.
you gentle reposed it.
Okay, so then you guys can keep watch for 2 hours instead of 8 hours.
For someone who cuts himself on a regular basis, you're being really squeamish about this finger.
I don't know what kind of things the Saint Man has. Kind of his caustic blood. I don't want to get it all over me.
Yeah, hide campsite is fine. And you guys can wake up the next. Well, I guess Antaeus can wake up the next morning. The other three of you can open your eyes the next morning, feeling refreshed, or not even open, just stand up feeling refreshed. What a weird thing it is to think about, like having armor and an item that just kind of keeps you going.
I feel so relaxed.
That sounds exactly the opposite of how that would be.
Well, let's keep it moving.
All right.
Yeah.
So, wait, how many of these vigilances do you have? Can you make these daily, or how does this work?
If I have my dagger, I can. If not, I only
You could have
have.
grabbed your dagger on the way out.
Okay. Otherwise, I only have 5. I had 5 on me.
So, yeah, if you have your dagger and you think it's okay, I would like this on permanently, basically, for myself.
Yeah. It only cost 15 gold, so I mean, I could have just bought plenty of them before we left. Or the 15.
That's for the next 3 hours on vigilance. So 32 fort save.
Yeah, can I get a perception check from everyone during part of this
Hell yeah.
travel? Gulran,
Okay.
you will certainly notice that as you are traveling through the woods, there is a tree that looks different from the rest of them. To most people, it would just look kind of like this tree had somebody that carved something into it. But what you realize is that's not carving. That's a pair of eyes that kind of follow you as you wander through as you walk through the forest. It keeps a very close set of eyes on you.
Knowledge check.
Yes, knowledge and nature.
I whisper to Antaeus and the party, that tree looks like it's watching us. Do you know what it is? Point it out. Ooh. Oh.
Why is that? Why?
That's not what you needed. I needed knowledge and nature.
Yeah, I didn't roll the perception check because I was looking at for something, and then I was just like, I guess that's not bad. Pretty good,
Antaeus,
actually.
you will know this to be a treant. But as you look upon it, those same vines curl all along it. And you can see, like, as you look closer, and Gulran would have seen this as well, but not as clearly. It would have looked like sap kind of pouring down the side of it, but your vision will show it's that black ichor, like what was seen pouring out of the vines before, pouring down from its mouth.
You think this creature spies on us? Should we take it out? Seems to be corrupted by the vines.
treants, they're sentient, correct?
They are sentient. They are sentient. They have the ability to wake up other trees and turn them into smaller versions of themselves. And they can speak with any and all plants. They are resistant to anything that isn't a slashing weapon and are vulnerable to fire.
Known languages?
Common, Sylvan, and Treant.
Don't have Treant on mine, but I do have Sylvan.
That is because you can only learn that language from the native creature.
Stupid Treants. I mean, Treants. Should we address this issue now, or...
I don't know, do you know of any innate abilities that they can
We just
confer
learned all
knowledges?
the
Nope.
corrupted creatures we were killing.
That is true. And if you give me any more sass, Ivy, I'll have none of it.
Ivy's been at top levels of sass tonight.
Yeah, because no one fucking listens to me.
Now with that attitude.
No one listens to me with any attitude, so I might as well have the attitude I want.
But yeah.
I'm sorry, what? I wasn't listening.
Just for map's sake, because you guys have to be close enough to see this thing, I will give you guys this tree on the map here.
In my defense, I wasn't in there when you guys talked to that person. Oh, really?
Also, don't forget to hit your rest macros, guys. If you use spells or whatever.
I don't think I have, but I'm gonna do it again just to be safe. My protection.
Don't tell me what to do with my life.
Alright, you should see a tree with a life bar there now.
Wow.
A life bar.
No, there is.
Well,
Wow, really, Steve?
it's just
Nice life bar.
I mean, it's always like,
it's like
the
right
full
here.
size of the thing, yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought...
It's just like impossible to fucking see.
Because you did put it right here first, right?
It's
Yeah.
I dragged it in somewhere around that area.
Okay, because I thought that the little black bar right here was the life bar.
No.
And I'm like, how did you hide that so well?
No.
Okay, no,
Alright,
yeah, I'm just
what's the
extra
plan?
blind.
Are we going in hot, or are we going to try to talk to it first? Or...
Well, I mean, I could try to speak to it in Sylvan, but
I
don't-
speak Sylvan.
If you'd like to
Alright,
speak to
see
it,
if it,
well,
see if you can get any information from it. If not,
Oh.
then we'll dispatch of it.
how are you
Speaking to
feeling?
it-
Yeah, are you okay? Neil?
I will. I'm fine. Why? I will speak to it.
Oh,
I'll see.
okay.
Hello there.
Young
Sylvan.
one, it is good to see you return.
Thank you.
How
How-
have your travels been in your tasteful form?
Fairly adventurous.
Good. Adventure brings substance.
I agree. Are you following us?
I am eyes, where there are many. Trapped in darkness. Have you come to reach an agreement between us and those you desired so greatly to be? Are you stricken with something, young one?
No, I'm not. I was making sure you were done. I wasn't sure. We're here to, I think, reach some sort of agreement or help the forest.
Forest needs no help. It's better now.
Better isn't always better for everyone.
What are you worried about? Humans? If they accept their place, we will accept them.
Well, we just want to, I guess, negotiate once we get to the middle of the forest.
I was told you'd be going there. I can feel your tricks you carry. They won't work so well when you reach father and mother.
Well, I guess we'll see when that happens.
Yes, you'll see. I suppose you've chosen not to dispatch of me then.
I see no reason to, as long as you don't mean us harm.
You are a good diplomat. Stay good at it. Don't let human thoughts betray your mind. You're only a couple steps away. But you're still better than them.
So I will tell the party that the treant isn't going to hurt us. He's just watching us.
Well, thought we agreed with Ivy's diagnosis.
Well, I mean, I'm just letting you know. He said he's just watching us.
For what purpose? You speak common, you tree thing.
Of course.
And what are you doing watching us? You're reporting to someone?
A dwarf in the woods is a peculiar sight. Are you the child of the old ones?
I don't know what you mean.
That's a good question, Goron. Are you?
The dwarven families that lived in the forest, that were removed from the depths they once lived.
Don't rightly know, to be honest, but it seems you have a vine problem there, friend.
These vines are part of what gives me purpose.
Really? You don't remember what it was like before them?
Emptiness, wastefulness, purposelessness, time eroding existence.
Fascinating.
Much
I
like
just-
a dwarf in the woods.
Kind of just raise an eyebrow to Ivy. Mm-hmm.
Gonna listen to me or not listen to me?
Let me check something here real quick. Can I get a bluff check while you're looking over at Ivy?
From Goran?
Yep.
I actually don't specifically know what you had said, because I think that somebody else was speaking at the same time.
The tree will turn its gaze to look at Ivy. If you want me dead, then do it. I will not stop you.
Well, you heard the tree.
Thing's creepy as fuck, man.
Hurt me.
Alright, take it easy there.
I don't know. It seems like it likes it, guys.
Don't kink shame the tree. Okay.
We agreed what to do with the corruption. Right, Ivy? You gonna listen to yourself or not?
I'm making sure the whole group is on board, and I'm not going to be pissing people off by doing what we agreed upon.
We already agreed upon it.
Yeah.
Any objections?
My goal is always to try and end things peacefully, but if you think it's more prudent, then the tree agrees.
I'm glad he consents to his own demise.
He does?
Let's take him. Let's release him from his corruption.
I just want to make sure. Ivy, you are choosing to destroy this tree. Yes?
Is there... I feel like this is a loaded question, but I guess yes.
Yes, you are choosing to kill a living thing that has not directly attempted harm against you that you believe to be evil. Yes?
I mean, we were told to dispatch with all of the corruption.
I'm
that's
just...
corrupted.
This is a morality question is all that I'm
Sure.
asking. Okay? The tree will be cut down. And the party can carry on. It's always fun when you ask questions that make the party very nervous.
Well, I mean, I think in Ivy's thought process is that this thing is clearly corrupted, and our goal is to deal with the corruption. Just, it may, not necessarily mean us harm, but it's still corrupted, and how can we be sure that we deal with this completely if we don't take out the corrupted creatures we come across?
We don't have another way of getting rid of it. Actually, does anything happen to the corruption on it when it dies?
No, the vines still stay all around it.
That's interesting.
After about near the days remaining of travel, a very familiar goblin will make its way into the light of your view. They will squint their eyes as they come forward. Oh, you're back.
Hello there.
What have you come for?
Trying to get to the middle of the forest.
I can get you there faster.
I feel like that your deals tend to not be favorable. What would we have to give in exchange for that?
You know so well. Well,
Ooh.
the four of you are much different than I remember. Exciting. How much different you are. A small, cabal of goblins start to kind of walk into the light around her. They all also kind of squint a little bit. This darkness, this place, is getting harder for me to continue. I'm losing my family. It's hard to reproduce more of them. This could be of benefit to me if you could clean things up.
That's the goal.
Perhaps perhaps an agreement you will have after you clean up a bigger problem that I help you solve, you let my minor misgivings go. When someone wanders into the woods and doesn't come home, but there are goblin tracks where their campsite was. Perhaps you overlook the investigations from time to time.
I
don't
look to
even
Ivy.
think that's our job anymore.
I whisper Ivy. Does it look a little corrupted to you, huh?
I don't know. Does this creature look corrupted to me?
I mean, no more corrupted than they have every other time you've seen them.
I don't know if I can't remember when the goblins were there. If it was only when I was playing Elizabeth, or if Ivy's ever seen them. I can't remember.
She is a hunched over woman with that carries that has a staff that she leans on. So she's kind of low to the ground even for a goblin. She has this kind of weird gray and twisty hair that comes out of her head. This very kind of melty old goblin face. It kind of looks like she's had a smile on she had a frown her entire life. And that old adage, if you keep that face long enough, it'll stick that way. This didn't just stick that way, it amplified in that way. And she's decorated in a lot of small skulls all over her outfit, over the robes that she's wearing.
But I'm saying any vines, any
No
signs
vines,
of,
no
no freaky eyes like we've seen in some of the creatures.
No.
She looks weird as hell, Gularam, but she doesn't look corrupted.
Would we even have the authority to agree to this?
Well, I mean, I don't think we even do investigations anymore. So I don't think...
The answer is no, you wretched creature. We don't trade lives.
Fine. Maybe you could make an offer? What of value can you give me? One of your own?
No, I just told you we don't trade lives.
Just for a little while.
No.
Maybe a piece of one of you?
No. Stop it. Do you like shiny things? Do you like coin?
No.
Do you like drugs?
No. What worthless things?
That's insulting.
What about some blood?
How about we just agree not to take you down right now for your transgressions?
How much blood do you want?
Don't give this thing your blood.
I mean, I don't fucking care.
What are you?
As long as it's not gonna, do permanent damage and you can
will-
heal it, what's a little blood?
It will start to, reach into its eyes and, start twisting them around. And then it will, get in close to you. Kind of penguin walking its way towards you without its staff. Your blood is very unique. Yes, I
So
will.
I've been told.
I will take your blood.
Again, I asked how much, because there's kind of a contingency here. I need to know how much blood.
Merely a
Right.
few pints.
Out of character, would I know, how much damage a few pints would do to you?
You would take a D4 Constitution damage.
Ivy, I know you're lacking a little up there, but to give your blood away, you don't know what she's gonna do with it.
What are you gonna
Don't
do
do
with
that.
it?
You're just gonna take her word for it?
Doesn't hurt to ask.
With your composition, there are a number of creatures I could bring into being.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm gonna have to hard pass there. You're not
Yeah,
using
thank
blood
God.
break creatures
You've
into
seen
being.
some damn reason.
Well,
Don't just
Shut
give
up,
random creatures your
Ron.
blood. Excuse me?
good luck on your journey. I do hope that when you've cleaned up the woods of things, you don't need to come back. 'Cause
They'll be coming
my
for you
woods
next.
then. You're
Yeah.
welcome to come for me now.
We got enough problems. If you start causing trouble and start killing people, then we'll come back for you.
Then I suppose I'll see you down the road.
Or you could just choose to be a good person and not kill people. That would be great for everyone.
The problem is your laws are very unreasonable.
Very simple, very reasonable. There's no killing.
If people wander if our type wanders into your city, you imprison them until they die and consider it acceptable.
Goblins? Those goblins.
Yeah,
in our
goblins
city.
live in our city.
Those are not our goblins.
What makes your goblin any different? You look like a goblin to me. You talk like
That's
a goblin.
racist, Irish.
So, Antaeus, you can actually answer this. Goblins that come in from the forest are wild and somewhat ravenous. They are inclined to eat people's pets, piss on people's lawns, assault people for any food that they might have. They don't really have etiquette. And you would also know on the opposite end, probably what she's having a problem with, is that humans that go out camping, or other species that go out camping, don't always take care of the campsite that they go out to when they head out into the forest. They head out, they start a campfire, don't properly put it out, cause a few trees to catch on fire. She'll probably have to come out and fix the trees that have caught fire, like deal with that whole ordeal. Potentially like piss off some of the wildlife. Like it's a whole back and forth. It's a difference of etiquette versus etiquette.
Then I'm assuming also like with if the people do that, they're not really held accountable even when they go back into town.
Yes, whereas the goblins are held accountable even when they leave. People will chase down the goblins back into the town. But if she chases down the humans for it, or she has her goblins chase down the humans for it, her goblins will be arrested because they are assaulting the people.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with your methods, but I do understand where you're coming from with that.
They get to live on after they die. Don't you see my children? And more of the goblins will step forward. And this is about the point where you'll probably notice their skin isn't green because it's goblin skin. Their skin is green because it's like diseased and rotted skin that's been stitched together.
Disgusting.
Applicable knowledge check?
Knowledge religion. Yes. These are basically a kind of ghoul. You can tell by the way they move and the way they like have this kind of dead stare. They follow her and they seem to have some wherewithal about them. So they're clearly above zombies. But they have that stance you're used to seeing out of a ghoul, that kind of like slight hunch and their arms kind of draped down, waiting for like someone to tell them what to do.
Well, once we solve this issue, we'll see if we can institute some rules about how people treat the forest. And you better not hurt anyone, and if you do, we'll be coming back for you. And if you're not going to help us, then shove off with you.
I will shove off unless you want to do what you said and fight me.
I will say that you do prove a valid point about the hypocrisy of the city dwellers and their relation to your territory. I will see what we can do about that. It's not something that had crossed my mind before.
Good. I appreciate it. I will be on my way. And she and the rest of her goblins will pull back into the darkness.
Well, that was unsettling.
Yeah.
Did you notice that as well? The skin?
Yes, she's corrupting people.
I am glad we didn't bring up what Antaeus has in his vial. She probably would have wanted that.
Yes, we'll most likely have to deal with her after this.
She doesn't want drugs. She said so herself.
The hours will gradually turn into another day that passes.
So how many days have we been traveling now?
About 2 days.
So this is the morning of the third day?
Morning of the third day.
Okay.
And it has been disturbingly quiet. Things have been keeping their distance when you do see them. Keeping a far distance. They are at the edge of your vision, and you can see them kind of scurry out as you pass them. But nothing quite like what you've seen so far.
Is the level of corruption roughly the same?
No, the level of corruption is most certainly becoming thicker on all of the plant life and all of the creatures that you kind of see crawl away. More vines cover them. More of that black ichor kind of. You start to feel the ground squish a little bit with each step. A bit like walking on swampy ground, but without seeing any liquid beneath it.
2 hours for vigilance this morning.
Perfect. And I'm assuming the daylight is being kept up as well. How long does daylight last for?
So daylight lasts, let's see.
I think it's 10 minutes per level.
It is, 10 minutes per level. So 100 minutes, but I would be keeping it up. Wait, why does it say I have 5 spells?
I also have a continual flame lantern. I don't know if that'll help, but I'll pull it out. See if it helps a little bit.
Okay. It provides almost no light. It will provide, I believe, 10 feet now of light.
Alright, I'll put it back away then.
So when we're saying, I'm just trying to math out how many spell points I would be using because it's it is a
double the
level
level of the spell and subtract 1, and that is the number of spell points that it costs.
Okay. Cool. So I'll just make sure I'm keeping that, because that's what I would be doing, is I would be keeping it up whenever it...
No problem. So this is towards the end of the day, so this would have been about 10 hours of travel. Yes.
The guiding star is still in the sky, correct?
His guiding star will still guide him home, yes. You already know the way that you're going. You know you're not off course.
Okay.
Yeah, we have that wayfinder thing too.
That's true.
I will need a perception check from everybody. Yeah. Antaeus and Gulran. You will spot as you are traveling something in the very, very far distance, trying its best to hide behind a tree. But you can see it's kind of wispy, like form flowing in the wind, sort of like a series of cloths that just kind of like waves all throughout the area. The shimmer off a pair of very long fangs reflects in the distance. A creature that you can give me a quick check on with a knowledge nature. A creature that you will know to be something that you've experienced before. A boogeyman. And it has most certainly noticed you. And as it takes notice of you, it will start to move its hands. And with that, I will need everyone to roll into initiative.
Does anyone know what it's costing?
Hang on, and I will give you some details.
Yeah, I didn't
I
know
mean,
if you were...
technically, I don't know if Niev and I would have
Yeah.
even seen it move its hands, or if there's anything else we would notice in order to make spellcraft checks.
Yeah, I didn't know if I would be able to do it outside of combat since we were told to roll initiative, but...
You could have made a spellcraft check, because you can see it. Its spell isn't going to resolve as a surprise. It's going to resolve as part of its action. This is just what triggers combat. But Antaeus, you will know that it is attempting to cast Phantasmal Killer.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
shit.
And I need to adjust for its initiative. God, that has a crazy high initiative.
I do like that it says selected on there.
Jesus, that thing's initiative. What the fuck?
Is this... Can you guys put yourselves in marching order, by the way? You guys can move within 5 feet of where, like, your 4 line is.
I don't know if Gulron would be near the front as well, or...
I would be, but am I allowed to go that far?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'd be in the front.
Oh,
I mean, do you think you and I would walk side by side, or are you, like, in front of me in front?
Yeah, we'd probably be side by side.
So,
I can only do it with the hex, so...
that's fine.
Yeah.
Can I get...
That feels too
Can
far
I get
away.
both of you to roll me an intimidate check? I want to know which one of you looks more intimidating.
By that, you mean me?
Yes.
Oh.
Ivy and Gulron.
It!
Yeah. 0.
All right,
Wow.
Ivy. This
Am I gonna
Phantasmal
die
Killer,
to another fucking boogeyman?
give me
That would be the
a
funniest thing.
will save.
Hey, she crit on that intimidate check. She got that 21.
You will fail.
Great.
Just hold on.
Is it mind affecting?
It is mind affecting. You will succeed. Just barely. What though is Ivy's worst fear?
Boogeyman.
Not being able to save her parents, probably.
Yeah, so you see, like, you're standing there, and for a moment, the magic of your weapon starts to blink in and out. Like, you see it kind of, like, ebb and fade, and you can feel your power sort of dripping away. And you realize, like, no, this is something playing a trick. This thing is playing a trick with my mind. And you shake it off. Need to see that is a standard action. So the creature will also move. It will move here. Ivy.
So this thing is over 30 feet away from us?
Yes.
Okay, so that makes sense. I literally cannot see it. But this fucker just... I do not like that. I think I'm going... Do we know of anything with their knowledge checks? This thing doesn't do any type of elemental damage, does it?
It does not. I'm sorry. It is resistant to anything that is not cold iron. It has some resistance to spells. It can regenerate somewhat quickly, actually, and has an aura of fear.
Would we know, does anything stop its regeneration?
No.
Okay.
Or of fear. Is there a radius? of
Well,
it
I'm sorry. I
that we
should
would
correct
know?
that. There is a. Its regeneration is stopped if nothing is fearing it.
Even better. Is the aura of fear? Would we know the radius on that?
It
or
is
just...
roughly 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm just looking. It's been a while since I've had to combat on this, so I'm looking at my buff options for entering Blood Rage. Which I think I actually have to make roll something for that now.
Yes, if you just click your Blood Rage, there's a little macro for it.
I guess I'll go with Spider Climb, because
Okay.
I mean that's the only one that could, I guess, situationally be okay. So it's going to be Spider Climb and Displacement.
Okay.
I will roll the Blood Rage.
Yep, all is well.
And then I think since I can't see this thing right now, I'm just gonna stay
Actually,
where
hold on a sec. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's not correct. Let me find the...
Spooky?
Yeah, I need you to move at least 30 feet towards the thing.
Okay. Can I still cast a spell I was wanting to cast?
You
I'll
can
just
still
have to
cast a
also-
spell. You are just feeling drawn to find this thing. Like there is a
Okay.
overwhelming desire. Like the spirits are or the shades are pushing you to move towards this thing.
Sure.
To
So
not
the
let it
spell
escape.
I wanted to cast this round is Channel Vigor
Yep.
on myself, and I'm taking the bonus to will saves.
Okay.
So that's a +6 on will and bluff
Yep.
and intimidate. And then I don't actually know where this thing is, so
You
do
know where
I
it
have
was. You move towards where you know it was.
I couldn't even see where it was. I have
You heard a
not
voice
had any
from this
visual.
direction when it was casting.
Okay. So approximately 30 feet
Yep.
in that direction, so like right there. So yeah, I will move right there.
Cool. Cool run.
Yes. I will cast Bless.
All right.
And I'll
Bless
move up
is
with
good.
Ivy.
Niev.
Sorry, I was muted. So Niev is going to cast Bark Skin on herself,
Okay.
but she's going to stay back for now.
All right. Antaeus.
So I was
I
able
need
to
the
see it. So, so I'm assuming I saw it. Oh, I would have seen it over here somewhere,
Yeah, it was somewhere over there.
but I don't see it currently.
Okay. Then you don't see it currently.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess I will.
You have the right light multiplier. You have vision. So yeah. No sign of it. You'll notice it when it moves on its turn, though, as it will take a few steps forward. And as it does, I will need Ivy to give me a will save.
All right. Let me add in this temporary +6.
It hasn't moved yet, has it?
It did.
Okay, I still don't see it.
Actually, I don't want to get confused on anything, so I don't want to add this into any box. I just have a +6 on top of what I roll.
Oh, you know what? Hold on a sec. It's on the wrong layer. Sorry. No, it's on the correct layer. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to see it. It might be the lighting, because I think it's right at the edge. Yeah, it's right at the edge of your lighting. I can
Okay.
see from your. I can see partially from your perspective the edge of it, but.
Oh, maybe I can kind of see it.
Yeah,
but that's
well,
fine.
Ivy, you feel for a moment like a bit of like nervousness as it steps into the light. Just like this kind of overwhelming.
It
Like,
doesn't step into the light for me. I literally see nothing.
feeling. That's fine, but it steps into the edges of the light. And as
I mean, I only get the 30 feet, so literally my vision ends here because the light is off of Niev, so.
as it doesn't feel you fear, it will instead try to make Ghoulron feel fear. Can I get Ghoulron to give me a will save?
We are not afraid of you, bitch. Oh, actually.
+1 from Bless as well.
+2 against charm and compulsion? Question mark.
It's not charm or compulsion.
Rats.
So I have a total +2 from Hardy, gives me against poison spells and spell-like abilities. So once this is a supernatural ability, I have +2. And +1 from Bless if it's a fear effect.
You will pass. And what was Ghoulron's greatest fear that he shakes off with relative ease?
Oh, Goron's greatest fear? Actually, don't know. What would be his greatest fear? I guess maybe his greatest fear would be that Krozkron wasn't real or something, or he's abandoned by Krozkron. That'd probably be one of his greatest fears because he's pretty much given himself to him.
Yeah, for a moment you feel like the hand on your shoulder is like fading away. And your heart like skips a beat for a very like slight second. But you realize this is the whispers of something in your ear that are not true. And your resolve remains. Ivy.
I am going to what's the word? Delay?
Roll me a D100 if you want to try to delay.
Great.
Yes, you can delay. Where do you want to delay to?
I am trying to shout to the party that I need light to see this thing. I need someone to illuminate the area for me and delay until that task is completed.
Okay. That will put us to Ghoulron.
Yes. I will cast Sanctuary on myself.
Yeah, you cast Sanctuary.
I'm moving on up.
Give me a will save as you move up.
You can't scare me.
Yeah.
Jeez,
22 plus... Hold on a sec.
That was too higher than what he got last time.
Well, this is not a spell
yeah, it's
or
not the same
spell-like
spell.
ability.
Bless gives me a +1 against fear effects. I don't know if that's a fear effect.
It is a fear effect. I am just checking to see if this is considered charm or compulsion. God, I cannot type today either. It is not. So, Ghoulron, you will feel a slight chill run down your spine as you move closer to this thing. You are shaken.
Alrighty.
Very, very close. Niev.
Alright, so Niev is going to move forward. To the right there. Oh, whoa. I didn't realize I was that close because the lighting didn't change. I wouldn't be that close. I would probably be as close as Antaeus.
Okay.
That's where that's what I thought that was, but I wasn't sure.
And Niev is going to cast Summon Nature's Ally, and she's going to be summoning dire bats.
Give me a will save.
Okay.
You can't cast Summon Nature's Ally and move. It has a full round casting time.
Oh.
Oh, true.
Okay. Well, then I would stay. Let's see, back where I was. So.
Okay.
There, I guess. Well.
That's fine.
No,
I'll
I
take
guess.
care of it.
Okay.
If you want to do that, I can handle those.
The reason I'm wanting to summon Nature's Ally is literally because I have Sunlight summons. So that would
Yeah,
be.
it's gonna take a full round though, and then that doesn't
I've got
basically
it.
waste my turn this round.
I've got it. You
All
delay
right.
till the end of the round, right?
Well, she delayed till some.
I delayed
light is
until I
done.
get light, because I know multiple people can do light, so it's like until someone provides me light to.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna give you your bat, but I need you to Yeah,
I actually get more than one bat because
sure.
it's a summon.
Roll up how
nature-
many bats, and then we're gonna talk about your bats.
That was
Okay.
dark vision sound.
What size are those bats?
Let's see.
Real question is, can they get?
Dire bat.
I hope not.
That was
They
dark
are-
vision sound,
Screw
Ivy.
us all over.
They are. Does it say? It says large celestial slash.
So they are size
fiendish
large.
animal?
Thank you.
Yeah. Alright,
Give
and
you
then
some
it was
Largo bats, some muy Largo bats.
5. It's 1d4 plus 1.
Yep.
I get 4 of them.
Ooh, that's terrifying.
Whoops. Give you permission.
They
to move
summoned
them.
bats around him. Kill them.
And they also are sunlight summons. So
Ooh.
The light spell will provide them 5 feet of light in the area. Let me.
Should it be good enough to illuminate the enemy?
Light 5. But I need you to know that when you have control of them, each round, I need you to roll me a D100. On a result of anything below 50, they will attack whatever you want. On a result of anything above 50, you're gonna roll a random party member and have it attack them.
Do the
okay.
bats count as party members?
No.
Attack themselves.
You should have
Butler
control of the
yourself.
bats, and Antaeus, it is your action.
Alright, bat. And I'm gonna go ahead and
Chuck a dark vision.
Chuck a dark vision at Ivy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, here, quick, catch this. And then I'll just, as soon as he turns around, I'll try to hit her in the face with it.
Frame the
That way,
eyes.
that way my sugar glass vials explode on her and get it all in her eyes so she sees better.
Yeah, you can.
Tails just exploded on Ivy's eyes.
You can shatter
Cool,
her
she
with
wa-
some
she
dark
wanted it.
vision.
Oh, that
So-
special fluid.
Oh god.
Strange fluids.
Ivy, you should now have some dark vision.
He's betraying
That's
us.
your
He's
action.
blinding.
10 hours, by the way.
10 hours? Jesus.
Jesus.
Hours per level.
Nice.
Why were you not giving this to me already?
Just in case.
Ah. Okay, so I guess I will.
I mean, you
step
can make
up
a
to
will
there,
save to negate it if you want.
and I will attempt to do one attack at it, not using spell
Roll me a
combat.
D100.
Oh God.
Carry on.
Okay.
Terrifying.
So I think I can just do single attack here. I have so many attack buttons. I don't even know which one I'm supposed to. Is this like correct?
Is that attack 1? Yeah, it's attack 1.
Should I
Plus
see-
one from
No
Bless.
spell combat.
And then-
We can add 1. Nope, bluff. It's not on there, but we can add 1. So it's 23 to hit. And that will hit on the dot.
Oh, yeah.
I will be releasing my frigid touch. Oh my God, these damage
Right.
What's this mess?
And what is your weapon?
Technically, right now it is a +3 spell storing Furious Estoc.
Okay. Yeah. That will take us to the Boogeyman. He will... attempt to take a 5-foot step back.
Alright, I will step up.
That's what I thought.
And if it's trying to cast something, I do have stuff to make the DC if it's defensively casting higher.
It's not going to defensively cast. It is just going to try to cast this.
Okay. Well, then I will take an AO as it casts whatever it's trying to cast.
Yep.
Single attack. Oh my gosh, why am I rolling so
Will
low?
miss.
Freaking 2!
Plus.
That will still
Not
miss.
gonna happen. That's
Yeah.
a big bummer, man.
It will cast Crushing Despair. Everyone within 30 feet of it, which is Ghoulron and Ivy, give me a will save.
Plus 6 to mine.
Jesus, that was worthless. All right, well, that was a shitty idea, Boogeyman.
Now it gets hit with its own crushing despair. Its
It
failures.
does. Ghoulron.
Yeah, I will advance. I'm going to use my full movement to flank it.
Okay. It will take an attack of opportunity on you.
Will save.
It will make a will save. Does a 31 beat?
Just about.
You ate its good roll though with the save. Does an 18 hit Ghoulron?
No, glances off the shield.
Niev. Or I'm sorry, Ghoulron flanked, so yeah, Niev.
Okay, so I do have one question though.
Yes.
If my intention wasn't to make the bats attack, but to circle overhead, do I still have to roll?
The
like...
bats need a roll. So consider it confusion, but 50% of the time they attack your party members, and 50% of the time they do what you instruct them to do.
Okay. Well,
as when you summon them, they have like the sparkles in their eyes.
In their eyes. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously Niev doesn't quite know that. She was doing this to be helpful, so she's wanting them to go for the boogeyman, I guess.
Well, roll me the D100 now.
Okay.
And they act as a group.
Yes.
So yeah, they will attack one of the party members.
Okay.
So roll me a D3 then.
Okay.
Oh, also, I fucked up here. You're missing somebody.
Wouldn't it just be a D2?
Hunter. Well, yeah, I don't know, because I would have been summoning him.
They're summoning it over here. And...
to be like light. My whole idea was to make them like, oh yeah, there's Hunter.
But yeah, they will attack Ghoulron, which is probably for the best.
Alright, so...
This thing is summoning bats!
Let's see.
They all keep saying, I am the knight, I am the knight, I am the knight.
Okay, so it's bite plus 5. Okay.
I don't think these things can hit Ghoulron, but...
just roll
Probably
D20s, natural 20 will hit.
Yeah.
So how many?
Because they're only plus 5, so yeah, they can't hit Ghoulron unless they crit.
Okay.
Nope.
Alright, that's easy. Alright,
But it's annoying to Ghoulron nonetheless.
These light bats are trying to attack me. Okay.
Oh, man.
I'm going to move up towards Antaeus.
That's what happens when you get the diet bats instead of the regular ones.
Well,
Light bat, get it?
Light bat, I get it, yeah. Alright. There. Wait, one more over.
It'll drive you back.
Alright, and I would have had Hunter moving with me. I am going to give Hunter. Where's that spell? Greater Magic Fang.
Okay.
And since Hunter moved, he can't move in, so I'm just gonna. That'll be my turns.
Antaeus.
And that's so unfortunate too, because like, so the skin of these
Oh, that's wrong.
the skin of these things is glowing, isn't it? If only I would have prepared skin scent, and then I could hit one of the bats, it would have dropped the skin next to this, and the skin would glow. I think that's how that works. I would be able to see the goblin.
I'm gonna rule its fear aura is more powerful if you start skin sending the bats.
Oops. I don't know if there's a whole hell of a lot for me to do in this scenario. So,
right. You just gonna pass?
well, what I'll do is I will also drink a dark vision.
Okay. Let me give you that, and then Ivy, it will be your turn.
Yeah, so I have to re-up my rage this round. So there's that.
Yep. Carry on.
I'm actually going to go with Blur and Haste.
Okay.
Maybe. I will be spell combating.
Yep.
I will defensively cast a Shocking Grasp. That's a pass.
Yep.
Minus 1. Okay, so full round attack. Here is attack 1 plus flank bonus.
That will hit.
I will release the Shocking Grasp if it does anything.
Okay.
Here is attack 2, flank bonus, but probably not going to be a hit.
Nope.
I get my extra attack for the spell. Plus
Nope.
Plus
flank
blast,
bonus.
plus flank.
I mean, I have. Oh, yeah.
That's plus a
What do you
total
have?
of 3, so that will miss.
And then hasted attack.
That will hit. It's still up.
Damn, so close.
It will go.
Regeneration.
It will turn to Gul'ran.
Come on, Goron, stop being afraid.
What are you looking at, huh?
And it will take some attacks.
We'll have to pass a will save, fool.
Every time? It already succeeded.
Oh, does it already succeed? Yeah, I guess it's...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure once it succeeds, it's fine.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
so-
Its first attack is a 16, so that ain't doing shit. How about a second attack, though? Maybe we get something better. Ooh, 25 maybe?
Does Shaken reduce? I think it should update
Yeah,
on my sheet, right?
it should be already
my
updated.
AC is 30.
That will miss then. Will once more be debuffed by your shield. I will, however, need another will save from Gul'ran. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. It's fine. Gul'ran.
I will defensively cast Compel Hostility, which is a pass.
Okay.
So he only has to make the save once I try to do it to him. But
Yeah.
it's up.
20 will beat the DC.
Well, it's when he makes an attack.
Oh, okay.
But I guess you can use it for the first
Yeah.
attack he does anyway.
All
Niev.
right. I'm going to give Hunter Scamper
Okay.
if it ever comes through. There we go. So I'm giving Hunter Scamper, and I'm going to send Hunter in after this thing.
Okay.
Where I'm at, I really for whatever reason, I can't really see Goron or Ivy or even the thing, but I would send him towards the light bats.
Let me check. Okay, let me check your vision. Your vision is on. You have light. I need to change one thing here. But that helps. But
Okay. Yeah, now I can see it. So I'm going to send it in, I guess, to right here.
Okay.
To attack.
Yep.
Alright, so... Do I hit ATK 1 or attack 1?
ATK 1.
Okay.
That will hit.
Alright, and he will attempt to trip. Oh, that's already baked in, that's nice.
That will not successfully trip though.
Okay. Well, he gets a... He does... Yeah, okay. He has the Greater Magic Fang. I don't know what's going on with that. But, I also need to roll my D100.
Yeah, I will add the additional damage that is missing there. Thank you. The bats will make more attacks on Goron.
Alright. Roll 40, 20.
Sneak back there.
Nope.
Nope, they're just lighting the way while they attack Goron.
Perfect. I can see where Goron's at. No, I can see where this thing's at the moment.
Antaeus.
I'm going to actually... no, I don't need that. Close that. Okay.
What are you trying to perceive? I know what you need to perceive. A will save. Start
No, I'm
seeing
good.
will saves. You are shaken.
Perfect. That's about right.
Not stirred. Now, what were you trying to perceive?
I guess I was trying to see if anything else was going on around here, because this seems like it's going too easily.
No, nothing else is around here.
And it looks like it's been being hit by these things.
Yeah.
Interesting. Shaken. Is there anything specific I need to remember about that?
Nope, just turn it on your thing. It's just a -2 to your attack, damage, and AC. And a couple other things.
Oh, cool. I forgot that was up there. I guess in that case, I don't want to throw a bomb at all of our people that are there, so...
Alright. Ivy.
Maintaining rage, doing my same thing as last round. Defensive concentration check for my shocking grasp.
Ooh, I need you to roll me a D100 now. Oh, disappointment. It's never gonna happen. Alright, carry on.
Oh,
That'll
God,
miss.
why? This is terrible tonight. Alright, well, that is attack 1. Oh my god.
Whee!
Okay. Spell combat attack?
Oh, that will most certainly crit.
And shocking grasp damage.
Yeah. And you will cut this thing down, and as you do, all of its little pieces of itself will kind of twist and curl and turn into a splash of black ichor that will cover the ground and your legs. And as you cut into it, your blade will go down, and as it touches the bottom, the liquid will be sucked up by your blade.
Gross, no.
And with that, we will end for tonight. Good night,
Blade,
everyone.
what are you doing?
Thanks for watching.
Sucking up that black.